Hello everyone, I'm back again with an original video this time. That's right, not a thread, not a contest entry, but an original video. This is the part 3 to my 1980s soundtrack collection. The soundtracks that I haven't actually seen the movies of. So stay tuned, and I've got 8 tracks to show you. Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and back again as mentioned in my intro with a soundtrack video from the 1980s. I will leave a link to parts 1 and 2 of this series. This will be the final one because this is all the 80s soundtracks that I own. But this is the second half of all of the movies from the 80s that I have soundtracks to, of which there are 8 more here, which I actually haven't seen the movie. For whatever reason, whether it's just not an interest or just never got around the time to watch them. I've mentioned this before, I'm not a huge movie buff, so I'd rather listen to the music from those movies, and in some of these cases there's literally 1 or 2 songs that were big off these soundtracks and the rest not so much. And in fact, in this segment I'm going to show you probably my favorite soundtrack out of all of my soundtracks. So here we go. Before I do though, if you like my content, leave a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe. And as always, if you're a returning viewer, I appreciate and thank you for your support. So here we go, 80 soundtracks that I have not seen the movies to. This was an oversight. I probably should have had this in my previous video because I've done this alphabetically. And I ended with the Miami Vice 2 soundtrack in my last video. So yeah, this would have come just before that. The Jazz Singer, this is the soundtrack. I am a huge Neil Diamond fan, but I have not seen this movie. And this particular copy that I got, this was a VCLT from Joe at Racer Records. And yeah, it's a nice shiny cover, really good condition. Honestly, I don't even know what the Jazz Singer is even about. I know that it was pretty famous back in the day. And of course, this is a gatefold. And it does have the inner there, but really nice, shiny, well taken care of and maintained. So yeah, this is the one that has America on it, which is a great song. I believe Hello Again and Love on the Rocks were also popular tracks from this. But yeah, no, the soundtrack is good. But I just have never got around to watching the movie itself. So if you have any thoughts on the Jazz Singer, if it would be worth one's time watching it, please let me know down in the comments. Another famous movie from the 1980s that, I mean, I owned this soundtrack on CD when I was younger, specifically in high school, and I own it on vinyl. It is a great soundtrack from pretty much start to finish. But I just have never seen the Purple Rain movie with Prince and the Revolution. So yeah, I mean, this is just filled with hits. Let's Go Crazy, of course. Darling Nikki was a bit of a controversial song. When Doves Cry. And of course, Purple Rain, the title track. I Would Die for You. You know, and the list goes on. It's a fantastic soundtrack. Just never got around to the movie. And of course, the label is really cool too. Original. So there you go. Purple Rain, the soundtrack. This next one, I am not 100% sure if I've seen bits and pieces of this movie. I think I saw bits and pieces of it. but I don't think I've actually seen the movie in full because I don't remember it. And that is the original soundtrack to St. Elmo's Fire, which was a big deal in the, I believe, mid-'80s. Of course, Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson, Demi Moore, they were all in this. And of course, St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion by John Parr was the big track from this. And of course, the love theme to St. Elmo's Fire, which is a David Foster instrumental. Those are the two big ones. And this is a gold stamp kind of a promo deal here that I picked up. But yeah, no, I have never seen the movie itself. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Was it a good movie? Would it be something that you think I'd be interested in? Now this one here, I think I kind of know why I've never really watched this. And I think it has to do with the fact that it's kind of that disco-esque type thing. And of course, it is the original soundtrack to Staying Alive. Of course, a lot of this is the Bee Gees, and don't get me wrong, I actually like the Bee Gees, whether it's before their disco days or during their disco days. But yeah, I don't think that this is one that I would want to see. Of course, it's got Frank Stallone, Tommy Farragher, Cynthia Rhodes. These are some of the big name musicians. And of course, on there it says it includes the Bee Gees hit single, The Woman in You. So there's the Bee Gees on the back. But yeah, the Bee Gees Staying Alive original motion picture soundtrack. All right, up next, we are going to my favorite 80s soundtrack, I think, of all time. And I've never seen the movie, although I think based on the actors, Kurt Russell, Michelle Pfeiffer, Mel Gibson, I think I would like Tequila Sunrise. And for me, this is just a really good album. I know that I think there was only one big hit, which was the Surrender to Me, Ann Wilson and Robin Zander. But I mean, Do You Believe in Shame, Duran Duran, Crowded House is on here, Ziggy Marley, the Everly Brothers, Bobby Darin is on here, Andy Taylor, and more. So, yeah, I think based on the soundtrack alone, I really like this soundtrack. I know that not all the songs on it are popular, but it's one of my favorite soundtracks. I think it's great. And like I said, based on the three actors that are on here, I think that I would really like this movie. So let me know. Was it a good movie? Gives me the Kokomo vibes, but I don't think that was what it's about. But it, kind of gives me the vibes based on the cover. All right. Another movie that I don't think I would like based on the possible, I don't think this is disco-esh, but actors that were in a disco-esh movie in the 1970s. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, and Two of a Kind. Once again, I'm not into Saturday Night Fever and that kind of thing, so maybe that's what's turning me off of this particular movie. But of course, Two of a Kind, I believe. Twist of Fate was the big song that was on this one. Boz Scaggs is on here. Ask the Lonely Journey. So there are some big name musicians that are on the soundtrack. David Foster, Chicago. But yeah, I'm not convinced that I might like this one. I don't think it's disco-y. But maybe I just have a misconception based on the actors involved. So Two of a Kind, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. We've got two more here to go. And of course, like Prince, Madonna was also in a movie in the 1980s, and that is the Who's That Girl soundtrack. I bought this while I was out in Kingston when I was in the hospital last year. I'm not saying that I'm going to be a completist with Madonna, but I am going to try to get all of her albums up until probably the one that has music on it, 99, 2000, but everything post that, I'm just not into her music. But her 80s stuff I think is great. And of course, Who's That Girl, the title track, Who's That Girl, is the big one. And of course, Causing a Commotion was the other one. But most of the tracks that are on here, you know, performed by Madonna. But of course, there's also Club Nouveau, Duncan Foray, and Scritti Politti, which is actually a pretty cool band from the 80s, are all on that soundtrack. So the Who's That Girl soundtrack, bringing us to our final soundtrack, and I think that this one probably suffers the exact same fate as the Two of Us one, because this also has, you know, Olivia Newton-John and that whole disco feel, but this is not a disco movie at all. I mean, Electric Light Orchestra is the main band that is on here, and I have 2 copies of this. This one's a little bit of a rougher copy, but this has, you know, Magic is on it, Suddenly, those are the big ones, Dancing. So I don't know. I don't know much about this movie. Almost looks more like a musical to me. But anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. I am probably wrong. Produced by Jeff Lynne. And of course, actually, the title track, Xanadu. I don't know why I forgot to mention that. But those are the big tracks from that particular soundtrack. So let me know your thoughts on these movies. Were you fans of them in the 1980s? Have you seen them? And do you think that I would like them? Until next time, this was a great one. This is, like I said, this is the final one in my 80s soundtrack collection. So I hope that you enjoyed this series. And I am going to get back to making some regular videos. But it is likely that I'll have a couple of contest entries and threads coming here and there as well. But I've got some originals coming up. So until next time, I'm Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and take care. We will see you on the next one.